All right, I'm ready for you.
Okay. Well, I got a bunch of questions first. I signed up for the yearly thing,
Okay.
and like right now when it came on, it said the 1 hour coaching. Is that no? Because I've already done that and I'm already with you.
Oh, yeah. So you have an option to do if you need another business session, then you have an option for that if you want.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
We
Okay.
talk a lot, but if you need it.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought I already did that.
Yeah. 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 You have an option for that if you want a check-in, a business check-in if you need.
I
Yeah.
think I need all kinds of check-ins.
All kinds of check-ins. All right. What would you like to be coached on today?
um, engage more. I did that.
Okay.
So I think I think I need accountability.
Accountability. Okay. What's going on?
Um, like I mentioned the last time, I'm trying to get more organized. I'm trying to, get things in order. After your session where you said, "Does it really matter if your dress is a mess?" You don't want to see this desk. But I've pushed stuff to the side, and I'm trying to do, focus more on getting things done.
Okay.
Um, and like I have a mentor at my brokerage,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, it's up to me to find leads. It's up to me to, like, they don't give you that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm kind of at. Like, I know the stuff I'm learning from you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a matter of implementing it.
Okay.
And like, I get started. Like, I made a list of the FISBOs. Um, there was 7 or 8 in a
Okay.
close proximity. Um, and I wrote them all down, and I started looking up some of the addresses to like see where it's at and how long it was on the market and so on. How long they've been out there. But I haven't called
Okay. Why haven't you called?
because I'm a chicken shit. Sorry, but
Should I write that down? So you can title that one the title of the podcast. So what tell me a little bit about that.
I don't know. Um I know I have to do it. I know if they tell me no, it's just it's a fear. It's a fear
Okay.
that I
What do you fear?
rejection, of course. It all goes back to that. Even though I know I'm trying to offer a service and I'm helping,
Okay.
but I don't know. It's just hard to make that call.
Okay.
And I did set up a group of us on Saturday are supposed to make phone calls,
Okay.
and it's supposed to be Saturday and Sunday, and we're supposed to make 100 calls.
Okay.
So 50 and 50 each day. And that's like holding each other accountable for that part.
Awesome.
Um, but right now, all I have is the 6 that I looked up
Okay.
on Zillow. So I know you said there was other places that I can look to maybe find more, but then I'm wondering, are they even anymore?
I don't know if you need more because you haven't called the 6 you found. So I'm not sure why we're looking for more yet.
Touche.
um,
Oh, and another frustrating part, literally 2 houses down to
mhm.
my left, it went on the market. Well, it's
Oh,
coming soon. And 4 houses down, it went on the market last Saturday.
okay. And
That was
what?
frustrating
How come?
because I'm right here and I could have walked that. And like,
Um,
I think I know them. They've only been there a year. So that's kind of fast for me. Like they're moving that fast, but they've only been there a year. Um, and it's up for sale. And I'm like, I have magnets on my car. Like,
yeah, yeah. is it a possibility that they use the agent that they bought the house with, or
Maybe.
have somebody they're related to?
Yeah, that's a possibility I'm thinking
That's a
because it's
possibility.
two completely different
Realtors.
real estate
Yeah.
companies. Yeah, two completely. And the one 2 doors away says coming soon. So he put it on the MLS, but it just says coming soon. No,
Okay.
on one picture. And then the other one, yeah, it's a different company, and she put pictures up and everything. No open house yet.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
So
So
let's go back to your rejection here for a second, or your fear of rejection and why you're not making your phone calls to the for sale by owners.
mhm.
Okay. So let's kind of walk through. I mean, what's going to happen when you call? What do you think is going to happen when
I
you call?
I think I may stumble my words. I think
Okay.
I may be a little scared.
Okay.
Um, and then if I can't help and they say no, I'm gonna get bummed
Why?
because they say no, and I'm gonna think it's my fault
What's
because that's the way I think.
okay? What's your fault? What's your fault?
That I'm gonna think that maybe I didn't do something right or say something right.
What's they say no, and you're thinking I didn't do something right,
Mm-hmm.
or I didn't say something right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to call the for sale by owner, right? They need help selling their house. They want to sell their house. And you're thinking, I'm not going to do it right.
Yeah. Or I may
So
stumble. I may stumble on something.
you're going to stumble.
Maybe.
Okay. You stumble. What happens if you stumble?
Nothing. Just embarrassment.
But why be embarrassed? Why embarrassment? Why do you choose embarrassment?
Because I think if I make a mistake, I'll be embarrassed. Or
How
if I don't give the right information, maybe I don't
how,
know.
how
I
are they
tend
going
to
to
get
know?
true,
How are they going to know if you give the right information?
true. Okay.
So
Hmm.
what's your goal? What is the result you're looking for?
Out of FISBO
Mm-hmm.
to get listings.
Okay.
I mean, but for the end of the year, I would like to do 6 more deals.
Okay.
I started at 5 when we were on the call Wednesday, and then after talking to Cynthia, I was like, you know what? Let's do 6.
Good. That's awesome. Good job. Way to up level. A little peer pressure there to get you to up level. Thank
Yeah.
you, Cynthia, if you're listening.
So yeah, so I said, okay, 6.
Okay. So your goal is to land the listing.
Yeah.
But if you go in thinking I may stumble, how are you feeling if you go in that way?
Bummed if I do stumble. But I'm really questioning myself.
You
So
haven't
I
even
shouldn't.
Yeah, you haven't even done it yet though. So
Right.
you're thinking ahead of time, I'm going to go in, I'm going to stumble. Like how is that going to make you feel?
Yeah,
You
bad.
said embarrassed, but what else is the embarrassed is more of a feeling.
Yeah. Fearful of calling the next one.
But you call me and you stumble. How does that make you feel?
Bad.
Bad?
Yeah, it's gonna make me kind of depressed, annoyed that I messed up, annoyed
Okay.
with myself that I messed up.
Okay. Bad, depressed.
Hmm.
Okay. So then how do you show up when you're feeling bad about yourself or depressed?
Oh, I don't.
Just don't show up.
I don't show up.
So a lot of inaction.
It, oh yeah, it's go sit on the sofa and watch Netflix.
Okay. Love us some Netflix. Okay. So then that creates some inaction. So the results you're getting, which is much different than the one that you were telling me you would like, is you are less likely to land a listing, right? Not necessarily that one, but a listing, because you're not going to be taking any more action. Like you can't get to your goal
if I don't
through
take
inaction. But why are we not taking action?
again, I'm chicken.
That's not why.
Because I don't want to be rejected.
Yeah, you're just because you're worried or you're thinking, I'm going to stumble, I'm going to mess it up.
I'm overthinking. I tend to overthink everything.
Yeah. Or and I don't know that I call it overthinking, but it's not positive thinking. It's not helpful thinking. I like to think it more of helpful instead of positive, right? Because it's not helping you to get to your goal. So what would help you to get to your goal?
To make the phone calls.
Right. But if you're going to make the phone calls, which is the action, like what are you going to have to think about yourself making the phone call?
That I got this, that I could do this.
Okay. What
I'm
else?
gonna land it.
What if you don't land it? What if you don't?
I'm gonna move on to the next one.
What if they reject you?
Chalk it up to experience or practice.
Right. What if they reject you? What do you think about that? Rejecting is a very strong word.
Yeah.
They're not like, I hate you, you scum of the earth, right? Go get a different job. Stop calling me. That's not usually the words that come out of the for sale by owner's mouth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I've had somebody say, stop calling me.
We can get the dust. Stop calling. Take me off your list.
Yeah.
Right.
When I cold called like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm.
But if you call, what's the worst that can happen?
They tell me no.
They tell you no. And you decide what that makes you, like how you feel about that or what you think about that. So that model would look more like I called a for sale by owner and they told me no. Right? That's just a neutral, it is a neutral circumstance. You called them, they told you no. How do you want to think about that?
I should be okay with that.
So what would you think in that circumstance where you call and they tell you no? Or how would you like to feel? Let's go to how you'd like to feel about that.
I like to feel okay and not let it affect me or stop me from making the next phone call.
Okay. How would you like to feel inside? I just made this phone call. I called the for sale by owner. They told me no. Okay. You're happy. Okay. So you call them, they tell you no, and you feel happy about that. What would you have to think?
Happy that I could deal with the no. Not happy that they said no.
Not happy, but why not happy that they said no?
Because that means I didn't get the listing.
Right?
I mean, I'm not getting closer to my goal.
That's our goal, but you get closer to your goal by doing what?
Taking action.
Taking action.
Mm-hmm.
So are you happy that you took action?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
So maybe
once I start to do it, it's just that initial call.
So maybe a thought surrounding, like, I called the for sale by owner and they told me no, could be something like, I'm glad I took action. I'm awesome. I just took action. Instead of focusing on the they told me no part. That part becomes not even part of the equation because your goal is to take action.
Right.
Whereas our goal is hinging on whether or not they tell us yes. That's our focus. So if they tell us no, we failed.
Right.
Right. We can't fail if our goal is to take
was to
action.
take action. Because that means I took the action, so I hit my goal.
Yeah. My goal is to take action.
Okay.
And if I think my goal is to take action, how does that make you feel?
Positive.
You could even find something stronger than just my goal is to take action. I love to take action. I'm proud of myself that I took action. I called the FSBO. They told me no. I'm proud of myself that I took action. I just did my job. I just did my job and now I'm happy. If I'm happy, what's my next action I take?
Call another person.
Like, that feels awesome. Let's do that again. Because it didn't matter if they told me no. My job was to make the phone call. I just did my job. Good job, me. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that 2-year-old. Think of it this way. It's like the 2-year-old that wants to go swimming, sees the pool, runs toward the pool, so excited, right? Has no idea it can't swim, has no idea it might drown.
Right.
Right? They just want to go get in the pool, and that looks like so much fun. That excitement and the unknowing, like, we lose that as we become adults. And we start to overthink. Oh, but if I get near the pool, I might fall in. Oh, but if I get near the pool, I might slip and fall. Oh, but if I get near the pool, I don't know that I'm going to know how to swim. Oh, if I get near the pool, I might get sunburned. Like, we start to come up with all of these reasons that we think are very helpful because our brains are very protective, right? They're survival. And so the logical part of our brain says, we need to make sure we survive. And if I call the FSBO and they tell me no, that makes me feel bad. I'm afraid that's going to make me feel bad. So therefore, I don't want to do it. Because things that hurt aren't good equals don't take the action.
Right.
So you've got to kind of override that primitive part of your brain that automatically tells you that and give yourself, kind of insert a different thought or idea very intentionally, right? That's our unintentional thought that we have is I call, they say no, I feel rejected. That's unintentional. You automatically go there very quickly.
Right.
Right.
How do I get myself out of that?
By practicing the intentional thought. By understanding and knowing that the result that you're getting, if that's not the result that you want, I mean, you could stay there all day long if that's what you love. If it's fun to sit in an action, if that's what you want. But if you're looking for a different result, you have to change the way that you think about it. So that's trying on some new ideas. You can try on some more new ideas, right? But the idea of, my job is just to call. I'm excited to call. That's my job. That means I've accomplished. If I call a for sale by owner, I feel accomplished. When I feel accomplished, when I tell myself I feel accomplished, right? Or I think that thought, I'm happy. I accomplished what I needed to do. It's just adopting a different kind of perspective. We talk about perspective all the time, but it's just a different thought about the situation. You can call the FSBO and feel like garbage, or you can call the FSBO and feel phenomenal. Which one feels better?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. The circumstance is neutral. The circumstance is the same. Calling the for sale by owner is the same no matter what. But you can call it and feel good, or you can call it and feel bad. And the power that you hold is you get to choose, do I want to feel good or do I want to feel bad? Because no one's making you feel that way. And there's the 50% rule, where 50% of the time, life's wonderful, and 50% of the time, life's garbage. Like it's not always going to be sunshine and roses. Every person that we call is not going to say yes. Every experience we have is not going to be great, right? Like we have to have 50% good with the 50% bad. So why are we then like, if they say no, if I call 6, man, it'd be really great if 1 out of the 6 said yes. And if they don't, well, I can move my perimeter out and I can go find more. I don't know. What do you feel? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I get that part. Like right now, when you said, what if one says yes? My brain instantly went to, oh my God, would I be prepared? Like, if they actually said yes, would I be, I don't have a listing presentation ready. Like, would I be prepared?
Okay.
So then, like, part of me was like, okay, so maybe you should do that first. But then that's just avoiding the phone call.
That's just another reason not to.
To avoid, yeah.
Yeah. Because could you do it another way where you make an appointment and give yourself time to prepare?
Yeah.
Your job now, which we did do the for sale by owner class, which did teach you how to prepare to call the for sale by owner, how to do some research ahead of time so that you call with information.
Right.
So you're already going to be prepared. That's enough of a listing presentation that you need, is just some background and information about what's going on in the market, where their house is priced, right? Where it could be priced, how long it may take to sell, what their experience is, all those questions you're going to call and have a conversation with them to see what's been going on in their world, and then deciding how could I help them. That's all the preparation that you need. Because from there, if they say, yeah, I'm interested, or I'd like some help, or sure, I can make an appointment with you, that just book it out and give yourself time to prepare even further.
Okay.
You can call completely unprepared and it's a good possibility you could still have success. I teach you to prepare because it does increase the odds of your success when you call a for sale by owner, because you're calling with more value.
Right.
That's all.
Okay. So rewatch podcast.
Are you in the marketing group? I can't remember. Remind me.
Yes.
Okay. So
I think
rewatch.
I'm in all the groups, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you are. So rewatch the for sale by owner playbook.
Yeah.
Rewatch that one, just the first class there. Rewatch that so that you know which key items you should prepare information for, like how to prepare. That's an hour of your time.
Right.
So put that in your schedule.
Yeah, I can do that before Saturday.
Then prepare one, make the phone call. Prepare the next one, make the phone call. Okay. It's best to prepare, like do the research, prepare, get excited about how you can help that person, and then make the phone call. Like right then. I would not go through and prepare all 6 and then go through and make 6 phone calls.
Okay.
The reason being, you may forget, right, information from house to house to house to house. It's easier to go look at one and assess that one, get the data, get the information, call right away.
Okay.
Because then everything's fresh on the brain, right? You can kind of, you're giving yourself the best odds when you're calling them.
If I just finish looking at everything.
If you just finish looking at it, you're still sitting in front of your computer, make the phone call.
Okay.
And preparation time only needs to be it's like 15 minutes, maybe. It's not much.
Hmm.
Not much. You just need it because you haven't been in the house. I mean, you can kind of see some pictures, maybe look at an old listing, get a good
Okay.
idea about what they have to offer. They could have done upgrades you can't see. Their pictures could be sloppy. Like you're not quite sure. So if you go through kind of the items of, what their listing presentation looks like, their photos, their description, what they have to offer, how it compares to everything else on the market, how many days on market things are lasting, where they're at in comparison with price, if they're high, if they're low, if they're just presented really poorly, like find the holes in what they have to offer, because that's where you can come in and plug the holes and be like, oh, well, this is how I can help you.
Okay.
What's your experience? What's your goal? Okay, this is what I see with your listing. This is what the data is showing, and this is how I can help you. And then if they say, I don't want your help, then you say, okay, thank you for your time. And byproduct of all of that, you just got smarter. And now the next house that comes up that's even near that price range or something similar, you already just did market research on it. So the next house that comes up, you'll be like, oh, I'm very familiar with this area or this square footage or this price range or whatever, right? It's all like gained knowledge at that point. So there's no wasted time because you're learning something and you're practicing your CMAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no wasted time. It's kind of like when somebody says, oh, I'm really sorry if you showed me all these houses and I didn't like any of them. Well, now I just know the other 15 houses that are on the market in case somebody else calls me. I know what colors are, popular in the area. I know what sells, what doesn't sell. It's all market research.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So two different
Now,
thoughts. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Now, I know it's like taking in all the knowledge, doing all the training, watching all the videos, doing all of that. I mean, could that be too much? Like learning too much and not implementing?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to make sure that you balance. If you're learning and not implementing, then you're just a perpetual learner. Like that's all the passive action is the learning part. You need to have active items, right? Massive action items on your list of things to do as well. That would be your phone calls. That would be the face-to-face, the in-person meetings that you have. So when you have your schedule for the week, if you fill it up with 7 hours worth of training, that may be a little over the top if you have all these other things to put on your list of things to do.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's a safe, we have to learn. It's important to learn. It's important to get those skills, but we want to make sure that we're not buffering with the skills, that it feels like we're accomplishing. So we're buffering with spending time, right? Learning and gaining skills because doing the action scares us. So we don't want to do the action. So we continue to buffer. The same. Yeah. I mean, buffering is the same with, anything that we're trying to avoid. We try to avoid our feelings. So we eat instead, right? We're buffering with food. Well, if we don't want to take the action as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, we buffer with more education. We buffer with cleaning our desk. We buffer with the things that are easy, that are comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to get to cleaning the desk.
Do it when you feel like it. Do it when you feel like it. You can work with a messy desk. Do it when you feel like it.
Yeah, I just shift everything.
Set it in one pile.
Everything. Yeah. It's literally a pile. Two piles right now.
Yeah. Or do the desk while you're watching the Netflix. That works too.
Yeah,
That works too. So how does rejection feel to you now?
it's not that bad. It's just a feeling. It'll pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you could feel rejected. You definitely could feel, but yeah, what's the worst that happens if you feel rejected?
Nothing really. Nothing at all. Get
Well,
over it.
it passes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna start off with one.
You're
Look it
gonna,
up, get the info, and then because I was thinking get the info for everything and then make the phone call.
yeah.
But I see what you're saying about get the info, make the call before one at a time because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, then it'll be fresh in my brain, and
Mm-hmm.
if I'm just looking at it, I'd have the information in front of me.
Yeah. And oh, so yawning. Find some excitement behind it. Like, how can I actually help this person?
Hmm. Okay.
If you shift your focus to helping, we always talk about that, right? If you shift your focus to helping, it starts to take the focus off of yourself. And that's what we've got to do is not focus on you and how you're feeling. We're focusing on what's going on with this person. Like maybe they're frustrated, maybe they're struggling, maybe they really have to sell this house. Like maybe they need the money. Maybe somebody else is going to come along and take advantage of them if I don't step in and take care of them. That feels a lot better than I don't want to call them because they're going to tell me no.
Yeah. I'm pretty much copping out when I do
Well, you're not the only one,
that.
just so you know, you're not the
Yeah.
only one, but you ask 10 times, somebody's going to say yes at some point. If
Yeah.
you keep going, eventually someone will need your help. It's not just that they will say yes, it's that someone at some point will need your help. And are you willing to set your your thoughts aside of
Hmm.
predetermining what they're going to tell you?
Right. I'm not psychic. I don't know.
Yeah, you're creating a story and this whole thing that's going to happen before it even happens.
True. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Is that helpful?
Yeah. Very helpful. I just got to remember and keep it in my brain.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I just like. I know what I have to do, and I'll be that way. But then if I don't take action right then and there, then when it's time to do it, I'm just like, I
Mm-hmm.
hesitate again. So I just need to know how to get out of my own head, pretty much. I
Yeah.
need to learn to just get out of my own head, and it is what it is, dude. I'm not gonna know until I try.
Yeah. Write down the 10 reasons why you should do it. Like when you're finding yourself not wanting to do something,
Right.
write down the 10 reasons why you should. Or
Mm.
get those reasons and get them on post-it notes. Add more stuff to your office. That's what I do. Right? Make a poster, put on post-it notes, give yourself a little, a mantra, like whatever it is to remind you of why you're doing the thing. Because remember, like your primitive brain's going to go back to why you shouldn't do it because it's danger, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous. It might hurt us. So we shouldn't do it. And then that feels safe to think that. So you've got to override that with why you should. And until you get good at that, you're going to have to probably make yourself some notes. Like, why should I do this thing?
Right.
Why would this person need me?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think the sticky note thing is a good idea too. because I constantly revert back to, like, I'm driving home in my brain. I'm going to get home and this is what I'm going to do. And then I don't make the call.
Yeah.
I'll clean the desk. I'll start every other project.
Yeah.
Like right now, the door hangers is my thing. I'm trying to get door hangers done.
Oh, fun.
So, yeah, I
Fun.
want to get those done. But okay. All righty. Got it.
Okay. I'd love to know how it goes for you.
Yes.
Tell me all the ways that people told you no. I'm very excited to hear.
Yeah, right.
And all the ways that you found that you could help them.
Mhm. Oh, another thing. Off topic. The planner.
Yes.
I already have this year's both, January through June and
Yeah.
then July through December. So can I use that for the next year's
Yep.
planner?
Yep. So hang on to your code that you got
Okay.
when you signed up for Elevate.
Okay.
Yep. Hang on to your code. And then I will have the new planners out. They're being printed right now. We're actually just waiting for the covers. We're back ordered. So
Okay.
I should have those up on the site like mid-September, maybe
Oh, okay.
beginning of October.
All right. So then I could just wait and apply it then.
Yep. Apply it to next year's.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I think that was it. I'm going to start doing the training for the Engage more
Okay.
so that I can get that going. That was my goal. And then I have a buyer's consultation at 8.
Oh, that's
8.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
It's awesome.
Gotta get 6. I gotta get 6.
You will get 6. You will get 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Keep
okay.
taking action. You will find them.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.